Hello, my name is Kayla Myers, and today I'm going to be demonstrating OnBase Application Enabler when you want to upload a document when you're not in OnBase. The first thing we're going to do is log into our Application Enabler configuration area. This may also be referenced as AE config. Once you're in AE config, you would go to the File and you browse to an existing AE configuration file you have, if you have one. If you do not, you can always create a new Application Enabler file. I have one, so I'm going to go ahead and use one that I've set up in the past and hit Open. Once your AE configuration XML file loads, you'll notice you can set up multiple enabled applications. The enabled applications, what this will do is tell Application Enabler what events to use and what to use Application Enabler for. So let's just take a look at this first one. If I go to Configure, I'll see that if I want to use Application Enabler to upload a document, I have to hit Shift-O on my keyboard. I can create new input and context. So let's say I could do something other than, I could create a barcode, I could create a scanning. But for today, we want to always do Application Enabler. And then the action. I can retrieve a document. I can create a new eForm, a new Unity form, index the document, anything I want to do. So if I wanted to create an action to upload a document, then I can also update either the keyboard event or mouse event that will trigger this action. So when I'm on my third-party system, if I do, let's just say again, Control right click from that third-party system, OnBase will open and know that I want to upload a document into the OnBase system. So this is where that configuration is done. I'm not going to save it because as when you saw when we originally logged in, I have quite a few already set up. There are other areas within this that you can definitely look into to see if you want to make yours a little bit more advanced. But for today, just basic Shift-O will go ahead and upload a document for us. So let's hit OK. Now we want to configure our enabled screen. So I'm in an ERP system. It's an AP20 system, so it's for our invoices. I have options of what type of screen I want to set up. This happens to be an HTML screen, so I'm going to select that. Hover over my screen so you'll see that black line around it. Just click on my mouse. It brought in the information for that screen and also provided a caption. These fields can be edited if you want to name it something that makes a little bit more sense to you as a system administrator. And then we want to identify the page. So I'm going to select New. Click on this lightning bolt and keep my mouse clicked until I hover over the section of the page that is going to identify what this page is for me. So I hovered over the AP20.1 and you'll see it brought in a value of basic invoice AP20.1. This is really important because if you have a software where your screens look very similar, you're going to want to set up your identifiers for those pages. And the nice thing is you can continue to add as many identifiers as you want. So you do not have to just do one. Maybe you want to identify a couple different areas on the page to make sure that OnBase knows what this page is and what you're looking for it to do. So once you've identified your page, you can select Next. I'm already logged into the OnBase system. If I was not, I'd be prompted to log in with System Administrator credentials. Once you log in, it will populate all the document types that you have access to that you will want to configure for the screen. So today I'm going to configure a non-PO invoice and a PO invoice. And select Next. And now I want to configure what keywords I want to use on the screen. So let's just say if we're doing a document upload, I want to upload a document and I want OnBase to pull the values from the screen into the OnBase keywords that I'm selecting here. Or if I was going to retrieve a document, I want to retrieve these documents in OnBase based off of these keywords on this screen. So I'm just going to set up one right now because I already have this set up in my system. So we're not going to actually save this once we're done. But I'm going to set up our vendor ID. Same thing, I have my lightning bolt. I'm going to hover over my ID of 1199. let go, make sure my value gets populated, hit OK, and hit finish. Again, like I said, this is already set up for me, so it's not going to allow me to save it unless I want to override my current configuration. But for you guys, you would just be able to go ahead and save it and move on. Once you configure all your screens, you can do as many screens as you want. You would want to save this application enabler configuration file. Great. Now we're done actually configuring application enabler. Now we want to use the Unity client to actually test our work. So the first thing we're going to do is in our application enabler screen that opens up when you log into the Unity client, you can do one of two things. Either you can load your configuration file if you do not already have it selected on your Unity client, or in my case, I was already pointed to that file that I updated. I can just hit this reload configuration file. It's very important to reload your configuration file after you made a change, so that way the Unity client sees that change. So again, ERP system, I'm on my AP20. I have my Unity client reloaded. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Shift-O because that's what we said would upload a new document into OnBase. On the screen where I have the document types, I've entered 2 document types. You'll see I get a drop down. What document do I want to select? Let's just say a PO invoice. Hit OK. I can now acquire a document. So if I had a scanner or a camera attached, I can go ahead and scan in a document, or I can browse to a location. I'm going to select this invoice here that I have saved on my desktop. Here's the important part. All my keyword values came over from my ERP system because that's how I set up application enabler. So remember, I hovered over with that lightning bolt, my vendor ID of 1199, and look, there it is in OnBase, 1199. As I mentioned before, I previously had set up this file, so I did a couple other keywords such as PO number, which you'll see here, invoice, which you'll see over here, or invoice total, invoice date, invoice date. So this is a huge time saver for anyone in your organization. If they need to upload documents, why type in the information twice? Why worry about them miskeying something? You still have your same options as you normally would in any OnBase upload scenario. I'm going to go ahead and select import. I already have a couple of these documents in the system, so I can go ahead and add this as a related document or append the document, or I can just save this as a new document, which is what I'm going to do today. And now I have a document saved in my OnBase system, but I never really had to leave Lawson in order to do that. So this is huge, again, for any of your employees in your organization to be able to do functions inside of OnBase without having to open a different application on their desktop. I hope this was very helpful, and have a great day.